it would help if my microphone was on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fox 18 Now 19 at noon streaming show here on Monday. Anyways, I was saying to apparently nobody that our Groundhog Day forecasting, where every single day is the same, is going to come to an end by Wednesday. That's when we see a difference. So, one second, let me answer this text message. By the way, if anybody has Verizon, which I have a work phone and a personal phone, and my personal phone is Verizon, and there's an outage going on right now, and my Wi-Fi won't connect either, so my phone is just like a paperweight right now. Okay, hold on. Okay. So, yes, we are talking about still rain continuing today and tomorrow, and then finally seeing some change on Wednesday. So to kind of answer the question right off the bat, that's what you can expect. But why would we keep people waiting? Might as well just give you the answer. And if you guys, hold on. No, wait a minute. Ah, shoot. Okay. I like, you're supposed to be able to use this space bar on here, but for some reason, sometimes it will not do that. So, T-Mobile, Molly says T-Mobile isn't great either. We do need the rain. Here's the deal. I explained this a little bit yesterday. Okay, here we go. Now I can space bar it. I explained this yesterday, but with the drought, the one thing that's really important about that, yes, we've gotten a lot of rain. We've made up for the deficit that we had. But it's a matter of how much of that rain really was able to soak into the soil, how much of it was able to make a big difference. See, I called this. Okay, so and so we are going to be looking at that drought monitor getting released on Thursday. We'll have to see how much of a difference this more than 5 inches of rain that we've received over the past week. Because if you remember, Tuesday it rained a lot. Then we had rain, very heavy rain Friday. It continued Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. All of that will be included. It technically ends, as far as them tabulating that information, very early, I think it's like 8 a.m. Tuesday. But the bulk of the rainfall that we've seen in the last week will be included in that drought monitor. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a difference it's made. Obviously, your lawn probably looks like Turfway Park now, where it's so much better. However, and if you really look closely here, you can see there are still kind of these brown patches. And I have that in my grass too, where it's not, I mean, the bulk of it now is green as opposed to early, a week ago when the bulk of it was brown. So I've definitely seen some improvement, but it's not the whole thing. That's what you have to keep in mind with, farmers and the vegetation across the area. That rain didn't distribute evenly. So again, we'll have to see what the drought monitor shows us this week. But cloudy skies for everyone, very damp conditions for sure. We are looking at more wet weather across the area for the next couple of days, but seeing some improvement by the time we get to Wednesday. That's when we finally see the sunshine return and much better conditions across the region as well. 72 right now in Cincinnati. We're going to make it close to 76 this afternoon, but still pretty steady temperatures throughout much of the area. Cloudy skies, a little bit of very light rain. If we kind of zoom in here, you can see it's more like drizzle, light showers, if you will, but nothing too significant, but still just kind of adding to the soggy conditions out there, adding to that the wet ground for sure. Maybe your gutters have been working overtime. I know mine, it was just too much rain on Friday and it just kind of came out of the gutter. I don't think that the gutter was really blocked necessarily. It was just there was so much rain. Our pond is filling up. That's good. Sun and clouds here in Maysville. Good. So we're seeing a little bit of sunshine across parts of the area. That is good. Yeah, you can see the breaks. I mean, especially here in Maysville, as a matter of fact, you can see kind of the thinner clouds there as well. So we'll see a little bit of sunshine today. Which is a great thing. And again, you kind of look at big picture here, and we do see those clear skies to the west, definitely some more patchy clouds here in the tri-state, so that's a good thing. But scattered showers still remaining from the remnants of Helene. As we look to the east, a large portion of the upper Ohio Valley from parts of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, so the Pittsburgh area, western Pennsylvania getting some good rain right now, at least southwestern Pennsylvania, southeastern Ohio as well. But that's all kind of still spinning in that counterclockwise fashion, which is why we will still see rain moving into the area. Somebody asked, is there another storm headed our way? So there has been, yes. Okay. So people are asking about the hurricane. Let me show you one more graphic and then we'll get into that. So these are the rainfall totals that we've seen so far today since midnight. So yesterday's rainfall total for the entire day was 1,600s. I think that could be similar today. You see already at CVG, we're close to that. 1,300s at Lunken, and then just a couple hundreds in Batavia and Wilmington, very little amounts as well. So here is what's going on in the tropics, because a lot of folks have been talking about how there's going to be another storm. We do have a few storm systems, and let me pull up off camera here as well. There are, okay, so right now there are actually 3 named storms out there. Oh, I didn't see Kirk. Kirk finally got a name. So that's why Kirk, let me see actually what Kirk is going to do. Oh, what the heck. Kirk is a tropical storm. Kirk stays out to sea, although it does become a major hurricane, but is a, doesn't impact any land masses. Kirk is, so these are systems that could become named storms. Since Kirk has already become a named storm, it's not here, but it's basically like right here in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's expected to move here. This is Bermuda, by the way, so it stays away from Bermuda. The 2 other systems here that could receive names, could become tropical storms. Let me look at what their percentages are, because I'm not sure that this is accurate. Yeah. So no. So in the next 2 days, they both have, actually this one has a zero, no chance of becoming a named storm in 2 days. This one further closer to Africa has a 30% chance of becoming a named storm in 2 days, but in 7 days it has a high chance. It has an 80% chance, this particular one. Now, this one here in the Caribbean, which is expected, let me see here if I can find more information on it. Again, over 70 days, or I'm sorry, 7 days rather, it gets a 40% chance of becoming a storm. So people, I think, are really, people on the internet that maybe don't necessarily know what they're talking about, I mean, that's about kind of the nicest way I can say it, are saying that this is going to impact the Gulf and impact the United States here very shortly. That is not the case. Again, in the next 7, and I tell you what, the National Hurricane Center has been spot on pretty much this entire season. So I trust their forecast, and that's who's saying that this has a 40% chance in 7 days of even becoming a tropical system. But it is going to, I mean, either way, it's still a system. It's still a tropical cyclone, excuse me, even if it doesn't have a name. Excuse me. So it is expected to impact a portion of Cuba, a portion of Cancun and Mexico, and then kind of move through the Yucatan and stay in the Gulf. Now, this cone becomes very wide here because there's a lot of uncertainty on what happens in the next 7 days. Obviously, something definitely worth keeping an eye on. However, as of right now, and I actually might be able to, let me get a track on here, but it is nothing that we should be panicked about at this point, because it, again, is not expected to move very much in the next 7 days or so. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, I don't, no, it does not even have a track yet, because, I mean, that what I showed you earlier is about as accurate as we can get. So, so a lot of times these get named like potential tropical cyclone, whatever. It doesn't even have that yet. So yeah, the track that I showed you earlier is the best that we have. Here's kind of the bottom line. It is something that we will be watching. It is something that could impact parts of the United States in the next couple of weeks. But right now, definitely no point in panicking, because there is no accuracy in that forecast at this point. There are 2 out to sea. Again, there's Joyce, there's 3. Joyce, Isaac, and Kirk. All are in the ocean. None of those are expected to impact any land masses anytime. I mean, Isaac is now tropical, no, it's a post-tropical system. So Isaac is basically gone, kind of like Helene. It's just a low pressure system. Joyce will stay out to sea. Kirk is a tropical storm, and Kirk is not expected to move very close to the United States anytime soon. Now, here's what I want to show you. If we look at kind of the big picture here, let me see how far out this can go. Okay. This is only going to take me to, what, Wednesday? Yeah. So nothing there. Let me get a different map here. Here we go. Okay, let's look at big picture here and here. Look, you can even see the tropical systems. Okay, so let's go back here. This is the one that could get a name. This is Kirk, which is a tropical storm, but expected to stay out to sea. This, I think, is Joyce. Yes, this, I believe, is Joyce, also expected to stay out to sea. Joyce is now a tropical depression. And then Isaac is like, this might be Isaac. This is still a little bit of Helene as well. Oh, actually, this is Wednesday. So, yeah, so this is Helene. So, you know what? I don't want it to start Wednesday. Let's start it today. That's why it looked weird. Okay. So again, though, and then this is the system that, again, has a 40% chance of becoming a named storm in the next 7 days. So it's sitting out here in the Caribbean. Watch how very little, especially the one that has the best chance of impacting the United States. Here's tomorrow. Here's Wednesday. It's still hardly moving. I mean, none of these are really moving very much besides Helene finally goes out to sea. But I mean, nothing that impacts the United States anytime soon. Now, this particular system, which I believe is Kirk, is pretty strong. I mean, Kirk, let's see, what is Kirk? Yeah, that's the one that I told you is expected to become a major hurricane because it just stays out to sea. It has no land masses that are going to impact it whatsoever. So that's what happens. I mean, that's going to be probably a Category 4, Category 5 hurricane out to sea. So not a big deal. And then it does look like that one in the Caribbean, maybe by the end of the week into the weekend, starts to make its way toward parts of, say, Texas, Louisiana, basically the Gulf Coast. But again, it's just way too soon to say that this is going to have any kind of major impact. It looks so disorganized by that point. It's probably just going to be a low pressure system, maybe not even getting having winds that are strong enough or characteristics that give it a name. So while there is something there, something that we will be watching very closely, not only us, but folks at the National Hurricane Center, it's just not something that we're going to panic about right now because that's just reckless. So nothing is impacting the United States as far as tropical systems in the next week, if not longer. That's what I can tell you with certainty. Okay, let's get back into what's happening out there right now. So we will not get any weather from Kirk, no. Kirk looks to kind of spin out and stay out to sea the whole time. But that, you know, I would say like, oh, thank goodness because it's a major hurricane. But it's a major hurricane because it's not impacting any land masses. I mean, the fact that it gets to stay in the warm ocean waters is what makes it so strong. Okay, so temperatures right now in the 60s and 70s. 68 in Batesville and Falmouth, 71 at Lunken and in Batavia, 72 in Lebanon and at CVG. At CVG right now, still humid as we would expect. That dew point at 68 degrees. So still feels pretty humid with winds out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. Definitely seeing some raindrops there on the camera as well. So seeing a little bit of rain there at CVG, we know at this time. 76 is your high temperature today. So a little warmer than yesterday, a little warmer than normal, but still cloudy, still damp. You know, not the prettiest day, no doubt about that. Even if we get a few peaks of sunshine, still going to be a cloudy day. So scattered showers today. They continue tonight. They kind of taper off overnight and into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, I think the best chance for rain is really in the afternoon hours. We'll see spotty showers. I don't think we see any kind of thunderstorms. And then by Wednesday, we dry out. Finally seeing a change to that overall pattern by the time we get to Wednesday. and you're definitely going to notice it. Much more sunshine, dry weather, temperatures that, boy, there's hardly any severe weather across the entire country for that matter. So yeah, very quiet conditions expected in the next couple of days. But anyways, those temperatures, highs remain in the 70s and those lows are in the 50s. Again, there goes that cold front on Wednesday. High pressure moves firmly in control of our local weather, steering any of that rain away from us until perhaps Sunday. And it kind of moves in from the north. We think kickoff Sunday, 1 o'clock is your kickoff as the Bengals face the Ravens. Looks just fine. And then rain moves in later in the day on Sunday. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast right now. We're looking at highs in the 70s. We could see that fog again tomorrow morning, a lot like today. Temperatures in the upper 70s will cool off a bit on Wednesday, and then plenty of sunshine Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with that small chance for rain in the evening on Sunday, which of course is game day. So looking pretty nice here in the 7-day forecast as far as finally seeing that dry weather, which is really what we need at this point. Yes, we needed the rain, we got it. Now we could really use some dry weather, let that ground kind of dry out at this point. Going to be sloppy probably still at Friday night football games unless we really get enough sun to evaporate some of that moisture. So 72, this is next week. This is beyond the 7-day forecast. So October 7th, we're in the low 70s, 60s on Wednesday the 9th. So definitely feeling more like fall. Overnight lows even dip into the 40s for a period of time there on that 7-day forecast, or on that 14-day forecast, I should say. So definitely seeing improved conditions, no doubt about that. Okay, so I think I've answered all the questions. Let me see here. I want to check all of our methods. Oh yeah, so I think that we got officially, well, now I forget. I exited out of the website, thought I could remember it by heart, but let me actually look here. Okay. Okay, so this is the 27th, which was that, what day was that? Thursday? No, Friday. Okay. So on Friday, we got that's right. So Thursday, wait, let's take it back. Last Tuesday, 2.03 inches of rain. We were dry Wednesday. 12 100ths on Thursday, 2.2 inches Friday, 0.8 Saturday, 0.16 yesterday, and so far today we've already seen 0.14. So basically taking us back from last Tuesday through today, just at CVG, we've seen, 5.5 inches of rain. So we've definitely, and by the way, the normal rainfall at this point in September, which of course is the last day, 3 inches. We've already seen 5.45 inches, but most of that happening in less than 1 week. So yes, we got the much needed rain. Now we can dry out. That's what I think. Okay, I'm in for Catherine today, so I'll be back for 3 and 4 o'clock. Steve Horsemeyer is in as well. At 5 and 6, he'll have his streaming show at 7:15, but I'm going to get off to get ready for those shows and deal with some of these other things. That my phone's still not working, so that's great. Sometimes it's nice though, right? I know some folks are like, oh, I get a break from, I don't know, the constant communication. So it's not always a bad thing. Okay, but thank you all for joining me here and for all the questions. And we will continue to, of course, talk about the impacts of Helene, not just here, but across the country. We'll talk about any additional tropical systems and, of course, our local forecast as well coming up later this afternoon. Have a great day.